Legion, as usual, like always. We got some Babylon's Fall. Now, although I did watch all of E3, it's been about like the week now, I think, or maybe over, since I've seen any of the trailers. So I just did the trailer to Assassin's Creed. I kind of made a lengthy video on what I think Assassin's Creed should do in the future to make it more of an in-depth game. So my thoughts were kind of adding like Witcher combat with the variety of like, say, an Elder Scrolls, kind of thing. An RPG, but make it casual like The Witcher. And throw it in Assassin's Creed. Give a little bit more depth to a casual game. It'd be a good game. So those were kind of my thoughts on the last E3 reaction. Odyssey, Assassin's Creed. If you want to check that out, I would appreciate it, though. It's a little lengthy. Normally, people don't like lengthy videos. So if you could maybe help me out, give me a like or share it or something, I'd appreciate it. With that, this is a shorter video. Babylon's Fall. I keep wanting to say Babylon has fallen. Like Olympus has fallen. It's just, I don't know why. It's just stuck in my head that way. Babylon's Fall. Let's get into it. Check it out. See what it's all about. Let's hope it's good. I'm kind of interested. I want to know what's going on in this game. Square Enix. Is that a good thing? I don't know. Helios. And since it's been a week since I've actually seen this trailer, I don't know if there's anything that's come out since. I don't know if the rest of E3 after the conferences, if they showed any gameplay or any devs elaborated on this. If they have, link that stuff down below and be like, hey, this is the newest trailer. This is the day of devs talking about it. If it's not like 20 minutes, if they have like an abridged version, link it down below. I'll definitely get back into it because anything medieval fantasy, I'm down. I'm all for it. Angels, baby. Angels and demons. Where's Tom Hanks? Is he going to be in this? I hope so. With his stupid long hair. Honestly, this is like... It looks like it's going to be like a... It's like this is going to be a... I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like that was a little too Final Fantasy for me, and I don't like it because look, there's the 4 people. There's like your rogue, your knight, your healer, probably whatever the hell it is. What the hell is? What's the rest of this? Is it just a 2019? That's a weird. I don't know what. I wonder if I should just keep it here or there. I wonder which one's better. No, we'll just keep it here. This is like the thumbnail. It's just for video games. It's just so good because you can just do this right here, and this is your thumbnail for your entire video. Honestly, this is like, it kind of reminds me of like an action version of like Darkest Dungeon, right? It's like if you had like an Elder Scrolls or a Witcher or whatever 3D version of Darkest Dungeon, and then you did that. It's kind of what it kind of reminded me of because you got your group of 4. And it's going to be whatever they're going to be. But that, like, energy coming out and grabbing his arm and then cut, that was way too Final Fantasy for me. I'm hoping that was just, like, a way for them to kind of put a animation into a trailer, because they didn't actually want to animate a whole lot. Because this was like a graphic comic almost in a way. So I'm hoping that was just kind of for the benefit of the trailer, not something we really see throughout the entire game. Because I am not a Final Fantasy fan. And not because the stories are bad. I actually like the story. But they just... Dude, Final Fantasy just implements some weird-ass shit. Like, when you have, like, something that's like a... It looks like an Onyx, ship that's a cube, but it flies. It's like, what? It's like, if anybody's ever seen, oh, God, what is it? Blade Trinity, I think it is, the vampire anime. Their ships, their airships, don't make sense. It's like a coffin made out of stone, but flies. And I hate, and Final Fantasy does that a lot, and I hate that kind of fantasy. I don't like that kind of animation or storytelling or any of that, where it's just too unbelievable. And so I'm hoping that this doesn't really have like a lot of the weirdness. Like, I can deal with maybe some like steampunk-esque stuff in a medieval fantasy. And we got an airship, and that's going to have motors on it, so looks like there's going to be some steampunk to that regard. If you've played Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls, There is some steampunk in that game, but it's more like enchantment with steampunk, so like souls and gems and stuff like that. This looks like it's gonna be more of like how Zelda does steampunk, but there was literally like a phone or something in Zelda, the Breath of the Wild, a little tablet, if you will, and it was like there was electricity and stuff like that, but it was like enchanted. So it wasn't like steampunk as far as that. It was like a weird blending for the Zelda game. So in this, we didn't really get a whole lot. We got an airship. It looked like it had motors or propellers on it. I don't remember now. And it was like this weird energy that came out because the guy wasn't going to use a sword. And we've seen that, and like whether it's anime or mostly it's like anime, where the person doesn't use their actual limbs. They use the energy that comes out and does stuff. And I don't like that kind of visual, I guess. That's just not my thing. So I'm hoping that Babylon's Fall definitely has a little bit more to it than what we saw. Maybe now I'm thinking about it, that maybe that graphic was in there because it's going to be kind of like a dungeon, Darkest Dungeon, where it's just going to be like kind of just basic stuff, but with crazy like effects. Like Darkest Dungeon, the little character like pops out, right, and then attacks, or I should say it pops out and then attacks and comes back, and you see like little green numbers and like maybe a little arch with like lines through it. That's like the splat of like a poison hitting you, and it's very much like Paper Mario without any of the real movement. And so I'm wondering if it's going to be like a game like that, to where it's very basic as far as what the people are doing, but the special effects of like the explosion on the person or the attack is like this energy beam, but the guy doesn't actually move. I'm hoping it's not something like that kind of crazy. I hope we're looking at more of like maybe even like a third top-down-ish. I don't know, what was it called? Welcon or something? And the games that came out before that, they had that kind of Diablo style, but it's like incredible graphics. If it's something like that, I mean, I guess I can get on board, but I don't have a whole lot of information about it. So with that, I think we're going to end it right there. Short trailer, long video. That's just how I do it here. Like the video, like the content. You guys like, subscribe, or share. Remember, it's completely up to you. I do appreciate it, though. It does help me out in some way or another. And thanks for checking out the channel. Check out all the stuff down below. Links, Twitch, Twitter, all that other garbage. And yeah, I'll see you on whatever's next. Later, guys.